Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Saturday morning to you from Colorado Springs, Colorado. And it's beautiful, partly cloudy day today. It started out very cloudy, like nappy weather, but now it's all bright and sunshiny out. So I hope you're having a great weekend. Before we get started, let me get my desktop all set up here and we will get into it. So happy weekend to you. And happy Pluto retrograde. We went into full retrograde a couple days ago. We've been feeling it for a while, though, so nothing too scary going on for us here. Let me just stretch this out further. There we go. All right. So it looks like we're good here. YouTube says we are live, so we trust them, and we will get into it. But before we go any further, let's send some great love out to the world. Because it can surely use it, right? When one of us sends love out to the world, it transforms a million people, the energy that they're having, that lower vibrational fear energy. So we can never underestimate your impact on the planet. And when we do it together, if you want to join me now, it doesn't just add on top, it multiplies. So we can really make an impact in this moment on the energy of the planet. So if you'd like to join me, whether you're watching live or on replay, we can join outside of time and space. We'll start by taking a deep breath and come back to right here, right now. Let all the outside world fall away just for a momentito. So we'll take a big deep breath in. Beautiful. And as I hit the singing bowl, hit it about 3 times. Just imagine that love flowing down like a giant waterfall into your soul, your body, your cells, your life, and then filling you up and then overflowing out to the world. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Just remember, in one of my praying mantis sessions, if you look up singing bowls, sometimes you'll see where they actually turn a big singing bowl like that over on top of your head, and you just hit it, and it still works, and it takes you to a different place. Of course, if you have a small singing bowl, it doesn't work too well, but the big ones, it's like, wow, it's pretty crazy. All right. So before we get into other things, last chance to turn on your settings to receive YouTube channel membership giveaways. If you click on the little dollar bill at the bottom, there should be some sort of setting about YouTube memberships, and when you go in there, there's a little button that you can switch. There was a video that I put out, and so if you do want to, I'm going to pick 5 free winners in a moment and then 5 more this evening. So if you haven't turned yours on yet, here's the video, which you can also get into for tonight or for next month. But YouTube gives me 10 free of my Zen Cricket memberships each month on the first. And the first Saturday, I give 5 in the morning, 5 in the evening, because I have an international audience. So I like to split it out to give everyone a chance to win those. So do that, and then we're going to do that in a moment here. But also, just let everyone know all the free stuff that I offer. I have a podcast from chaos to cozy. Last week's episode 12 was all about the work, which is Byron Katie. She's an amazing soul. A process that she has called Judge Your Neighbor. It's a great transformative mirroring process. We talk all about it in this podcast, and here's the playlist too. If you want to catch up, I'm a little behind. My host was had surgery last week, and we had a lot of pre-surgery hospital stuff and a lot of extra things that threw me behind. So I'm going to play catch up next week. So hopefully tomorrow, I have it almost all drafted. I'll try to record it and get it out tomorrow, but episode 13 might be just a day late. So I know you guys understand. So, but if you want to catch up, there's that. Also, we've got this coming week a Taurus new moon coming up. And so this video talks about how to make the most of the Taurus new moon 10 wishes and the energy of the new moon. And then there's, of course, a pick a card of where can you redefine your worth. So that was an interesting one. And of course, we are in Taurus season because we have a Taurus new moon, right? So that's a good indicator. But so happy birthday to all you Taurus sun babies. Here's a pick a card for everyone for the entire Taurus season. And then there's a special bonus birthday reading, a 3-month forecast for all the Taurus sun babies. So if you have a Taurus in your life, make sure to forward that to them and tell them happy birthday from their bruddaZEN. And of course, happy May. Can you believe it's May already? But if you haven't checked out your May monthly, I do. Here's the playlist for each individual zodiac sign. I started those back up. Haven't done them since like June of last year, but Spirit really put it on my heart to start those back up because this year is going to be quite an exciting one. So if you're interested in those things, all those are free content. And that's because of all the donations that people make, my monthly YouTube channel members, which we have Patty is one of my members. Hey, Patty. Welcome, welcome. And Happy Pill was one of my winners, as well as Kritika Malhotra, two of my winners from last month. I think Kritika, right? Yeah. And so I'm about to pick 5 new ones for this morning. And then, like I said, 5 more for this evening. So let's do that. Let me just get down to here and it should let me do it here. All right, it says gift 5 now. So, of course, Spirit and YouTube are the ones who choose. So, let's send love out to the universe. And here we go, gifting 5. So, it is processing. It'll start popping them all down here. All right, so Just Blessings was gifted 1. Sen was given 1. Sarah Taylor, Carissa O, and Grace 1111. So congratulations, you 5. I was going to say you 3. I can count. Let me just grab those for later. So congratulations. All right. I know, Happy Pill. You're like, woohoo! Yours will expire here in a few days. But you had your free 30 days, so I like that they offer this because it gives everyone a chance. My Zen Cricket gets advanced access to my pick a cards and my podcast and other videos that I do in advance. I normally do them more in advance. Like I said, I'm playing catch up right now. But also to my cozy chat on Wednesday nights where we talk about the podcast From Chaos to Cozy and any chaos we want to talk about on how we can transform it and those things. And then my and just that one each month is $2.99 a month. I have also a praying mantis level, which is $7.99 a month, which you get all of that plus Thursday nights we have a 2-hour Q&A with my praying mantis members, and then after I go live 5 times during the weekend, twice on Friday, twice on Saturday, one Sunday morning. And after each one of these free sessions, I have an hour with my praying mantis members too. So all of that is included for $7.99 a month. We read books, we do past life readings, we do all sorts of readings, talk about astrology, whatever we're wanting to do. So if you're interested, all that information's in the description box of the video too. I know, right? Fun, fun. All right, so I think that is it. Let's get into things. Today, for my donation readings, I'm going to be using this Animal Guides Tarot by Radley Valentine. Has a lot of animal energy, so we'll be doing that. And then for the free readings, I'll be using the Light Seers Tarot once again. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. First of all, I've got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor, which is very important these days. Um, how the free readings work, I do go down in order, first come, first serve for the free readings. There's no special list. The chat is it. You just put your question out there. We pull cards for it. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can ask for a general reading. Spirit knows what you're wanting. We'll pull cards for that. And if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize those readings. Step out of the free readings. I dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those as well. And once I'm done, I return back to the free readings and make my way down the list. Um, if I don't get to all the free readings in this session, um, after because at about 2 hours, I'll head off to spend time with my praying Mantis members. I do try to come back on and finish out, any donations, any free readings that I did not get to, because I know not everyone is able to donate. And so I do want to serve my community and our tribe here. So I try to do that. To make a donation, you can use the super chat down below. Also in the description box of the video, I have my Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, and Square. I don't look at dollar amounts. I know everyone's money and finances vary from day to day, from person to person, country to country, sometimes even planet to planet. To all you aliens out there, I just know you're giving what you're able to. So uh, that's it. That's the spiel. So let's get into it. Let me just give these animal guides tarot a little shuffle, get this energy activated and going. And we will scroll to the top and start with our donations. So a lot of donations already. Thank you guys so much. You blow me away with your generosity and your thirst for spirit. And so thank you guys so much. You are part of why I'm able to do what I do and offer all the free content I do. Otherwise, I'd be working a full-time job and exhausted and not doing anything, right? You guys, I know. All right, so we've got 4 from Supernova, so you'll be up first, and then Nelia, you got 2. Lynette, we have 2, then Jeep, and Nelia, back to Nelia, and then Patty, and then Nova again. So that's the kind of where we're at. So we'll get started here. And is that a rose? Ah, I love your first one there, a rose. And so let's find here. So Nova, your first question. It's probably further down here. Let me just scroll. There it is. Thank you for numbering them. You make it very easy. All right, so let's take a look here. So you want to know, when you're on stage performing and singing, how would you feel in that moment? All right, well, let's take a look here. And, it could be, are you looking at your first time or each time, or, I feel like we'll you'll have different experiences, of course, throughout your journey. So you want your first time. So let's see, when the first time you're on stage, how is that going to feel? What did they want you to know here? All right. I like it. Bottom of the deck, you've got the Sun card, which is, of course, the bluebird of happiness, joyful, bright, shining bright, right? And then also on the bottom of the deck, you have to have the Empress, because what would your first time on stage be without feeling like this Empress energy, right? This birthing, this feeling like you're nurturing the audience. So I love that. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you, guys. So I love that it's the bluebird of happiness. You just like a songbird, right? And the Empress too, being there. How perfect is that? You also have the Ace of Earth, Ace of Pentacles. So this new beginning feeling, like you are birthing something, like it's this whole new adventure. It's a whole new stage. It's like um, everything's been leading up to that moment, and you're just going to feel like you're at home. I feel too. Yeah, you got the balancing card here with temperance. So you're feeling here with the temperance and balancing card of this, it's just like the temperance is like, they have the cups that go back and forth, and it's this alchemy type of energy where you're like, here it is. This is what's been growing. This is what's been unfolding. And suddenly it feels like, it's like that magical feeling when, because it starts off with like a base metal, right? That they pour in one cup. And each time they pour it back and forth, magic happens. Magic happens. And it gets more and more closer to this like gold. And suddenly, one of the times when it pours, boom, it turns to gold. And that's the kind of energy I feel you have your first time is you're like, here it is, boom, right? I love it. What else do you got here? Yeah, you've got the 4 of Wands, joy and celebration, and you have the 3 of air, which is like heartbreak and fear, of expectations, and that makes sense. I figured that there's gonna be some excitement with a little bit of fear, mixed in. So it's gonna be mixed emotions, right? Because, of course, you're gonna have this like, I feel like it's right before, like, um what if something happens? And then you're like, whatever, I'm gonna have fun. And I feel like, the fear, the anxiety as it starts to rise, you're just like, whatever, I'm gonna have a blast. I'm not gonna let this fear ruin it. And then you replace it with this joy. I love the otters, the 4 of fire, right? You're celebrating with it all. Yeah. And you have the king of air too. And the king of air coming in here, the king of swords is all about seeing things from this higher perspective, and um I just feel like you have, also the there's like this compartmentalization of your emotions, and I feel like it just your mind just starts organizing your set, and it's just your mind is calm. It's very much not freaking out, and you're just like, you've got your set list, you know your songs, and you're like, and here we go. I'm gonna have a blast. And I like it. It's very much, keep going back to that the Empress and the Songbird energy that's coming in. So I like it. How fun. How fun, how fun. Hey, Carissa, congratulations. You are very welcome. Spirit and YouTube chose you, so enjoy your 30, well, your month long free membership. Uh, I love it. Yeah, Nelly, yeah, exactly. Trust in the creator, he is watching over you. That's great. You're already getting your your playlist together, right? All right. So I love that. I love that for your first question. And then your second little angelic emoticon. Thank you for your second sticker donation there. And your second question is, how does your spirit feel towards its lifetime? Like this lifetime? Because of course, spirit, wow, they are forever. They're eternal. And, um, there's so many. This is like one drop in a bucket, a barrel full of lifetimes and experiences that we have across all these universes, all these dimensions. So, you know, when we ask spirit, how do you feel about this one? They're like, oh, it's cool, but they're like, but if you only could see how many experiences and how vast we are, we would think less, not less, but we wouldn't sweat as much about each of our lifetimes when we realize we're eternal and there is so much going on, right? Um, bottom of the deck, you have, oh my gosh, you've got like three major arcana on the bottom, you know, the chariot with the power of choice, the wheel of fortune, and the strength card. So definitely, this is the strength card is about, you know, our human and our higher self. And, the wheel of fortune is everything happens and folds for us. And the power of choice, it's like they're letting you know, I feel like they're just clarifying how, um, you know, every lifetime is so much always for our experiences. It's not a punishment. It's we have this. ability to connect with our higher selves always. Like our higher self is always connected with us. Just this little human side, we're temporarily veiled where we're like, who am I? Where am I? What's going on? But our higher self is always there with us. And I love this ability here with this chariot that it's a lifetime full of possibilities. And the fate's will is there are some fated events that we definitely want to experience here, but most of it's possibility, and that there's not a fixed thing. And I feel like they want you to know that a lifetime is not like, all right, it's a test. You have all these tests and all this stuff, contracts you have to fulfill, and this. They're like, oh, everyone is an adventure. It's like an adventure theme park. They're like, all right, so what are you gonna go do? There's so many things I could do. And when you put pressure on yourself, well, first I'm gonna go to that roller coaster, then I'm gonna go there, and then I'm gonna go there, and then I'm gonna go there. It's like it's like a, intention, right? I'm gonna intend to go there, and then intend to go there, and intend to go there, but if I spot something else while I'm headed there, I'm gonna go do that, and that's okay to go do that. And I like this flexibility that they're telling you here with all of that. So I like that. You hope you don't make it to 65. You mean 65 years old? Why is that? That could be like I mean, look at Madonna and Cher and everyone else. I mean, they are almost eternal. Too long. Well, you think about that now, but really, I mean, I just turned 57, and I can't believe my brother, his birthday was yesterday. He just turned 60. I'm glad he's 3 years older than me because he always hits the big numbers first. So I get used to hearing that number, but I'm like, How did we get this fast so far?" So life, I know in the beginning, even my parents, you always hear, life flies by. And you're like, really? I can't imagine that. When we're younger, it seems like life goes so slow, but then all of a sudden it goes from like 0 to 100 kilometers an hour or whatever in your country. It's like zoom, here we go. So don't rush and don't try to, wish that your life is short because we're designed to live to 120, 130 years old. So, you know, I know, right? I feel like I'm 25, but anyway. So you've got the 2 of fire coming in here. And again, here's the power of choice with the 2 of wands, the chariot card being refocused on here, that whatever, you have so much power. So your higher self wants you to know that you've got this, energy of I get to choose what energy I focus on and what I draw into my life. And when I'm tired of having something in my life, I have the power to choose differently. So I feel like they're really reinforcing with these cards your power of choice in your lifetime. Choice, choice, choice. Like you could, be 65. If that's how long you want to live, then that's how long you'll live. But I feel like you'll change your mind as life goes on. You stop caring about age and you just start living eventually. You also have the 8 of water. Look at you got kangaroos. You have those where you live. Wallabies. Um, I like this too because the 8 of water is about the flow of emotion. It's about part of your life. Processes letting go of emotions that don't serve you, relationships that don't serve you, really owning and paying attention to your emotional energy, where you invest it. I like that for you for this lifetime too, because with what you're doing and how you're sharing with the world, with your, through music, your emotional energy, maintaining and paying attention to it is a huge important thing for you because you share so much emotion through music that you don't want to be wasting it on things and have your emotional bank go bankrupt. So really paying attention, and that's why you're learning so much about emotional energy at this stage of your life, being so young that you are able to manage it going forward. So I like that. So do that. Right? You guys are so funny. All right, and then you have the 6 of fire, 6 of wands. So again, balancing of your energy. Um, and I like this. You know, the recognition is going to happen automatically, and I just feel like they're saying, with your fire signiness, it's just going to happen. You don't have to worry about being seen and being, promoting and different things like that. It's going to happen organically. It's just going to grow. And so, but it, because what happens is if you're true to yourself and you're that songbird and you're that bright sun energy, which the sun card is Leo energy, um, which you got on your first reading today, it is this that it just spreads, there it just goes on. Not that you won't have a publicist someday, but you don't need to worry about it. Just be you and enjoy your journey. Don't worry about how many people recognize you, all of that. They're like, just that will just be a part of your journey, but don't let that be your goal, right? And your last card here, and it's 6 of water. So you got all these 8s and 6s, all this flowing energy. And so the 6 of water, right? We got this the 6 of cups is that past life connection. And so when I started, when your spirit was talking about, oh, if you could just imagine that this is one small drop in the bucket of all the lifetimes. That the 6 of cups is telling you about all your lifetimes that, you've been in music, you've had all these different experiences too. This is just one more, fun journey of sharing the music of your heart, the song, like the little songbird that needs to sing its song and share its song with the world. And that's what the journey is. This is the point of your adventure of this lifetime, is just sharing your music, not attaching to outcomes, not doing everything. It's all the process. The little bluebird doesn't go, all right, do I have an audience? Now let me sing. They can't help but let their song out because that's who they are. And I like that. Just gonna be me. Yeah, exactly. So I love that for you. So that is your second one. And then your third one with the emoji. That is number 3. And here's your third question. And so you want to know, how has your creative process evolved and grown? Because it totally feels different and easier now to create and even write songs easier now. You get inspiration from your journaling and what I write out. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So let's take a look here. How has your creative process evolved and grown? All right. What else? All right. Yeah, the first card coming out is the 8 of Wands. Whoops, let me scroll back down here. So you got the 8 of Wands, which is messages from spirit. Look at all the busy bee. Bzz, 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 bzz. But the 8 of Wands is, how has your writing everything grown? Uh, a lot of this is that you've learned to listen. And we talk about creativity coming from the spirit world, and as you've turned down your fear noise, you've been able to connect with that creativity more easily. And so, as you've been really letting go of a lot of these big fears, these big things that are really the noisy stuff, you find it easier and more easier. Is that, I don't think that's correct English, but uh, to hear from spirit and to connect with them. So, you really do have this. Um, Growing connection with spirit, and that's why the creativity has really happened. Yeah. And then you've got I love the cats and dogs. So you've got the 6 of air, which is the 6 of swords, and the 3 of pentacles. Here's that creativity card, being true to your authentic self with the 3 of earth. And the 6 of air, the 6 of swords is, exactly what we're talking about. They're about I love the little look on his face. What? Look where we're going. Exciting. there's, they let go, they leaving behind three swords, which are expectations and fears and those things which allows you to move forward into a new direction, leaving choppy waters for calmer waters. And so all of that with these two cards coming in together, it's exactly as I said, because you have let fears go and you've changed your mindset drastically over the last couple of years. You're able to tune in and really connect to your creative side, because you're not being distracted by the fear noise. And because creativity comes in as a whisper, but fear is a very noisy, loud, um, you know source that comes in. And so with the releasing of that, that's what has happened here. Yeah. And more pentacles here. So you've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is, seeing the world in a different way. And with that Five of Earth, the Five of Pentacles, a big piece of what you've really overcome. A lot of these thoughts that you left behind had to do with your connection to lack, of feeling abandoned, left behind, and you've been realizing over these couple of years that it's not humans that bring you, what you need in your sustenance in life. They are the shipping company, but the source is creator. It is the spirit world. And the more that you've realized that this connection is the most important one, this one, the connection to the outside world, is becoming easier and easier. And it's creating less noise in the outside world too, that's out there. So, I like that. And then you have the King of Fire. Yeah. So definitely here's that Leo energy, that fire sign energy coming in here, and, taking control, and realizing that you're the one that's choosing your life and what you're wanting to do. Am I investing my energy in drama, or am I investing my energy in dream? And so I do feel like this is one of the big things that you've, um, it's like you're not a baby in the uh, a baby seat in the back seat, just being taken in your life, right? And that's how we feel when we're 18 years old and younger. I know you're 18. And that's how we have that. Oh yeah, all at 18, exactly. And so there is this, it's like I was a baby, and we do feel like we're just taken along in life. But at a point, especially as we get out of school a long time and we start to maybe have jobs, or we start to decide for ourselves, and legally, it's like, well, my parents aren't responsible for anymore. If I get in trouble, that's on me. Suddenly we have this wake up call, right? And we're like, I'm not in the baby seat. I'm, driving behind the wheel now. So I'm the one driving my life. And this is a lot of what you've had here too, with this, king of wands, is that you've taken authority over your life. And that's why, why your creative process has evolved and grown, because you're taking responsibility for your life and realizing a lot of that, everything that's happened in your life you chose, right? And that's the big kind of aha that's happening, is a big turnaround for you, is realizing that you're not a victim of your life and life isn't happening to you, that I chose this life, and why did I want this to happen for me? So I like this, this realization. So that's what they had for number 3. And then number 4, your sleepy emoji. Let's see. That would be number 4. So let's find that here. All right. Oh, of course, we have to ask from Kurt, get his wonderful perspectives. So, advice from Kurt about going with the flow and letting your musical creations unfold organically without forcing it. All right, let's take a look here. See what great wisdom that he has from his experience. All right. and he tends to talk to you through Oracle, which is funny. Sometimes he doesn't, but in this one, he does wanna, this is also from Radley Valentine. Uh, it's the same author as these other cards, but they do want to, give you through the angels and, Aura's Oracle. Right, Nova? Alright, let's take a look here. So what does Kurt want you to know about flow, going with the flow? All right, let me do it this one right here. Let's see what we've got here. Yeah, don't compromise. I love it. A heart with wings, and it's boundaries, assertiveness, courage, and being unwavering. Card number 20. Yeah, 20, when you turn 20 and you're no longer a teenager. Oh my gosh. So sometimes people come into our lives and challenge our boundaries or commitments to our visions. Your ability to stay strong in the face of such challenges is serving you well. Others may not be pleased with your decisions and conviction to your goals, but that's all right. Stand your ground. Your guardian angels are patting you on the back and applauding you for your strength. So, of course, that's Kurt too. The shadow side of it, it's you could be being reminded that your kindness is your greatest strength, but it can also be your biggest challenge. If you sacrifice your own dreams for the wishes of those around you continually, your progress will be at a standstill. The universe is giving you permission to make your personal aspirations a priority. I mean, wow. Can you believe that? I love that. The color activation is orange and red. So, orange energy encourages healthy boundaries and thriving relationships. And the color red allows us to perceive the energy exchange with others. So, I like that, especially he's saying, not compromising yourself for other individuals, going with the flow and letting your musical creations unfold organically without forcing it. A big piece of that is not allowing others to influence you. You can learn from others, and so it's not about saying you know it all and blah blah blah, right? And you don't. You know that. But it's about not having fear of what other people think. And and you can see that in a lot of musical artists who, you know because they get feedback from people, I don't really like that song, and so they stop singing it or they change it or whatever. But you really, the people that you find out later in life, especially people who are pioneers in new types of music, they're like, I didn't give a flying kangaroo's, buttocks about what people were thinking. I'm sharing my song, and, you know, listening to advice, people will tell you things, but, being open, to when you take it to heart, and if it's like doing it out of inspiration, not out of fear, right? So if someone goes, what you could do is, do that, and you're like, oh my God, that is so perfect. I do want to do that. Or people like, you could do that, and you're like, oh, I don't really want to do that. But this is a producer or this is someone, and well, if I don't do it, I might be screwing myself over. It's like, no, be true to you, right? So don't do it out of fear. So I like that. What great advice from Kurt Cobain. All right. So I like those, and then I see you have another one, so we'll make it down to your next one here in a moment. But thank you so much for all your multiple donations, Nova, and we'll circle back around to you in a momentito. All right. So Nelia, you are up next for your two donations. And so thank you for your stickers. You got the cool sticker first. And you want to know, will your director give you a generous raise this year, or do you need to ask one for yourself? And why is your boss stingy with money? Absolutely. And I think you asked that yesterday on your free reading, and I think I did answer that for you too. So if you want to check that out yesterday to get additional information, be sure to check that out too. But we'll definitely, I don't think you asked why your boss was stingy with money, but I do feel like they did tell you you needed to ask if you want more and to be prepared when you go. Yeah, they're bringing it back to me now. Um, just about this energy of have your like tooting your horn, have all your accomplishments handy to provide them, because some managers forget stuff. They're not on top of things. So it's good to be prepared with all of your accomplishments so you can plead your case with them. But let's take a look here and see what else they want you to know here. And oh, so why are they hesitant in sharing the badula? All right, so let's take a look here now. Yeah. Okay. And if you ever can't find your reading too, and this is for anyone, you can always comment on the video itself. I'll get notification when a comment is made on the video, and then I can usually find them pretty easy because I know how I do my readings, and I can usually zero in and find them if you guys are having difficulty. So if you ever have that, just let me know. All right, so will they? Well, you've got here, the 7 of Pentacles, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, and the 8 of water is you know, I like the kangaroo. um, so there's this, are they going to, or do you have to ask? The 7 of Pentacles is if you're patient and you wait, they'll eventually give you something. The 8 of water, it's interesting how he interprets this card, because he says it's so easy to convince yourself that you're trapped when you really aren't. Trust that source will lift you to new heights and give your greater self confidence, and they'll give you greater self confidence if you affirm your freedom. So I like this. I feel like one piece of this is the energy we put forward. And if I focus on that, I'm not making enough, and that I want more money, like I'm wanting or I'm missing, that lower vibrational, that energy tells the universe I really enjoy wanting a raise but not getting it, not making more money. I want to make more money, but I enjoy wanting to make more money and not making more money, because our energy communicates that. But when I start having gratitude for what I do have, and gratitude to the universe that you're going to be bringing me, more abundance, and having that gratitude, then that's changes the energy. That makes it our energy at the same level as attracting that. But if I have wanting energy, that's lower vibrational. That doesn't match money coming in. It actually repels it. So being aware of that also helps with with abundance and money coming in. The more grateful we are, and the more we trust the creator that they're the ones are our source, not humans. And that's a thing. There's this great kind of affirmation that I read quite often, which is the middleman does not hold the keys to my income, my success, my abundance. My prosperity comes directly from the divine ethers. I ask of it and no one else. And then you can say, I am a magnet for money. I don't need to work hard to receive money. I simply attract it by showing up as me. And so those are some good energies that you can focus on that, brings in that for you there. So I feel like that's what they want you to know about that. And then why are they stingy? um Interesting. Yeah. then and here's the Knight of Earth, the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Earth, and the Knight of Pentacles. Both of these are slow, slow, slow progression. It's the slowest night. They want to see a lot of things. They need to see, um, I don't know, it's like they need a long period of time to prove to them that someone deserves something. And I just feel like they have this, type of energy that's there. And they've got the Moon card, and the Three of Wands. Three of Wands, Three of Fire is like a change of direction, and the Moon card is like the unknown. So I feel like the reason why they're kind of hesitant in giving people raises is they want to make sure people are sticking around and that they're not going to, change directions, that they're investing in their company, in the job, which is funny because that's what pushes people away. If you don't reward them, then they don't stick around. And so they have this kind of, reversed kind of, you know, way of looking at things when it comes to that. So that's interesting, right? It's like they're afraid of the hidden and the unknown things. They want to make sure over a long period of time that nothing surprises them, that they don't grant something because they can't take it back. They want to make sure someone really, 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 really deserves it. And it's like, hmm, no wonder you're losing people. So I feel like people, especially in this day and age, our our society of um, achieving needs promotion, needs money, needs progress. Otherwise, it's like, well, I'm going to go somewhere else, right? So I feel like if you want it, you're going to have to ask for it, and then understanding where they're coming from with that. Just definitely go in showing the consistency of what you've given and how much you've brought and impacted the company in positive ways, and just, ask for it. I like it. All right. So that's what they have for you for that one, Nelia. Hey, Johanna. Shout out to one of my YouTube channel members. Good to see you. All right. And that was your first one. So thank you for that. And then your thankful sticker. Let's take a look at that one here. All right. And so you have here a general reading on your health. Do we see it improving? And then you ask a question about your friend Mahid. So for the donation one, I guess you want both of those questions for that one, right? Okay. So for health questions for anyone and any lawyer or financial advice, any of those things, there's a disclaimer in the description box of the video that, of course, says that tarot's designed for entertainment purposes only. Here in the United States, we have to say that, and also that I'm not a professional, licensed medical person, lawyer, financial advisor, whatever. And ultimately, everyone has to make their own decisions for their lives and for any important decisions in your life. Of course, we recommend checking with professionals, right? So that is the disclaimer on that in the skinny. So then we will pull cards for your questions now. All right. So a general reading on your health. Do you see it improving? Let's take a look there first. Right. And then you also know what's going on with your friend Mahid in Algeria. You haven't heard from him in a while. All right. All right. So two fast cards on that. We'll take a look at that. So your health. Wow, you got the death and rebirth card here. So when it comes to health, like, oh God, no, that's a good sign. That is improving. That's an ending of an old way of being and, moving on to something new. It even says it's the peacock. It's time to release the past and move on to something new. The ending is the first step on a way to a happier future. So part of what they're saying here with health for Unalia is oh, for the free reading. Okay. Well, I'll throw it in there anyway. We'll just do it right now since I already pulled cards for it. But part of what they're saying with the health is the release of the past, that any health issues are emotionally based. If you haven't checked out, I don't think I have her book over here. Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life, I think is what it's called. But if you, she has, of course, a disclaimer in her book too, like I just gave. But she found spiritually that, there's emotional things in our life that are the source of our impact of things on our bodies. And even if you don't even have to buy her book really, but if it's a great book if you are able to get a hold of it. It's been around for decades, but you can even search, emotional source of and whatever you are having impact in your health, and they give you affirmations, and there's also like the emotional source of it. You have the Six of Water, which is the emotional, you know, past card here coming in here, childhood card. You also have the Ace of Water, which is, this transformative energy of connecting to our higher love, which is, of course, the source, is like the fountain of health for us too. And you have the Nine of Air, the Nine of Swords, which is our fears. This is the nightmare and insomnia card. Our worries and our fears, that's where the stress on our body comes from. So many of the things that go on the human body are rooted in stress and fear. And when we're in perpetual fight or flight mode, it's designed to get us to safety, right? And when if you even just Google or whatever your favorite search engine is, fight or flight mode, impacts on body, there's so much information. It shuts down our immune system temporarily, right? It shuts down our digestive system. It floods our body with all these chemicals to make us be able to fight and or run like crazy or fight and then run, but it's supposed to be temporary. And because shutting down our immune system perpetually and um, consistently, of course, isn't good for our bodies, right? They're amazing healing machines. So I feel like what Spirit is saying here, that your health can improve, but it's, this rebirth, it's about getting to the core of your, what's at the root of it. And when you're able to release this stress and the anxiety, then that's what helps us, move beyond things, and it allows our body to heal a lot of stuff, but stress and fear at the root is a lot of what impacts and stresses out our body, right? Because what do they call it? It's not illness, it's you know, um I forget the other word for illness, but it's the source of what's happening there. So I do feel like it can, but definitely, so you have some homework if you wish, is to just search and go the emotional, the emotional source of yes, thank you, Johanna. Dis-ease. When we're not at ease, then we have dis-ease, and that's where disease comes from. Ding, ding, ding. Thank you for being here, Johanna. The extension of my brain. I appreciate you. So that's what's coming in. Too funny. Um, okay. And then your friend, the reason why you haven't heard of from them, they've been on this path with the Knight of Pentacles and the Dreamer card. They've been having some significant endings and beginnings that have happened in their life. So they just been really consumed with that. It's like something that they've been working a lot on, because that Knight of Pentacles is that they've been trying to, achieve something for quite a while. I don't know if they were in schooling or they were doing something that took so much of their time and energy, because they were trying to do like, it would be like someone working a full-time job and trying to school and learn something too, or get something going. And now this thing has taken off, which is taking even more of their time. But it feels very positive for them, Nelia, that they're definitely in this beautiful transformational new adventure going on in their life. So I feel very positive with what's happening for them. So I like it. So I feel like you'll eventually hear from them once they once things calm down. But I feel like they're in the midst of just beautiful life transformations. So that's what they have for you for that one. And then you'd have some more questions further down below, so we'll get to those eventually as well. But up next, we got two for Lynette. So thank you for your dual donations, Lynette. Let's give that first one some love and a like there. And that one is, you want to know, what is Glenn's true feelings for you? And then looks like you had another question, but you retracted it. So if you let me just scroll down here and see. If you haven't put your second question somewhere, I'll be sure to pop that one out here too. So scroll. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, Darren still alive? Okay, gotcha. Thank you. All right, Lynette. So let's take a look here. Your first one here was, what is Glenn's true feelings for you? So let's give these a shuffle. So what are Glenn's true feelings? Of course, other people's feelings about us have so much to do about their feelings for themselves, right? I mean, they've got a lot of this, you know, um, how they perceive the world is through their own eyes, and so keep that in mind as we're looking at things here. This, we've got this. Let me see if I can get it. See this cat's eyes, and this is them saying about the two versions of the world that they see. They see the world through their own eyes, and then they see something else, and they're like, "What's that?" So Glenn seems kind of a bit taken aback about how they perceive you, because it's like there's this you're not normal kind of look, which is good. It's not like you're weird. They're just like, you're not normally um, who I experience in life. You're just very different in a positive way. Let's see. Let's look at these other cards here. You're all on all aboard. I like being called weird. I'm Aquarius sun, so we like being called weird, right? You're like, so true. Yeah, and again, here it is. It's, we've got he tells you that too. Yeah, so 3 of Wands is a change of direction. Like, wow, you're I usually this is what I experience, but you're like an off-ramp. You're like a whole different experience for him. And then the 6 of Wands here, the 6 of Fire does, have this energy of victory, that you stand out because of it. You're just not, if you ever see, like, there'll be like a trend in makeup and hair and stuff, and you see this kind of pack of individuals, whether it's men, women, or whoever, you can see, like, wow, they all look the same. You're like, well, who's who? I mean, they're like, they all have the same, cat eye makeup and the same hairstyle and the same style of clothes, and you're like, but you stand out. It's like you do things differently, and that's what I feel like with what they're showing me here is you do stand out, and they like that here. The 8 of Air, 8 of Swords, and I do see here, one of the things that, hey, takes one to know one, Johanna. Welcome all weird ones. We're the island of misfit toys. I like it. Um, but how he perceives you too is um someone who is like a free bird. That's funny with all the birds here, because it's like, you know so many people have so many fears and so many restrictions, and this is part of how you're not afraid to be different. You've got outside of this cage of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be. You've have reached this point in your life where you really are like, compares you to Burj Khalifa. I don't know who that is. But there's this freedom that comes from this. Like, at some point, you're like, I'm just sick and tired of trying to live up to everyone's expectations and you know, people being disappointed no matter what I do. I'm always letting someone down. You're like, I've had it. I'm gonna be me. And I like this. This is like this free bird, type of energy that, they see you as here. And this is their feelings for you here. And the Ace of Air, yeah, a breath of fresh air is what I feel with this because, the Ace of Swords is about, that's what frees people from this Eight of Swords because we see things from a higher perspective. We rooted in unconditional love and allows you to cut away, the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets that don't serve you, these that are rooted in fear. So you really have, faced a lot of your fears and they're just I feel like this is what really stands out to them and I feel like because you're such an it's like an odd bird. I don't know if he calls you that. You're such an odd bird that I don't know. I'm having trouble identifying how I feel about you because which is so positive because that Eight of Swords is like, well, this is how you're supposed to feel about, people. And so they, have this like they've always thought of that way and felt this way because this is how I'm supposed to. But now you're so different. It's like a whole new adventure and they're having to discover how to define their own emotions because it's such a different experience for them. So that's why I feel like it's a breath of fresh air, like it's like they feel like they're free from a cage too, and that interacting with you does feel that way. It feels so exciting and new and free, which I like that energy. So I feel like that's the big thing they want you to know. Um, about them right now, about their feelings, because it's such a big piece that they're like on this discovery. It feels very positive though. It doesn't feel like, oh, you're weird. It's like, wow, forget all this other stuff. You're this again, breath of fresh air keeps coming up. And it's like they just that's that kind of feeling that they have, right? So I like that for you for that one. And then your second question was, is Darren still alive? Let's take a look here and see. And thank you for your multiple donations. I appreciate that. All right. And what do they want you to know here? All right. Yup. Yup. Okay. Yeah, I feel like they still are alive. We've got here, on the bottom of the deck, we've got this, Cocoon, Awakening, the Hanged Man, and the Emperor, which is this awakening that's happening. So I do feel like they are, like taking control of their life, going through this transformation, this important transition in their life, and we even have the King of Pentacles here, which is them really just it's this because it's the outside world and it's about the solidity, getting grounded, getting their, cockapoo doo doo together in their life. Even got the Unity card, which is the the Hierophant in the regular standard tarot, which is their higher self calling them to get some capital T truths and what they want in life and how they who am I truly? What do I truly want? Capital T truth coming in. So this is with all this awakening energy that's coming in. I feel like they're really, like just getting, things together and, finding out here, like with the Three of Earth, they're connecting and finding out who their true authentic self is. And the Seven of Water, the Seven of Cups is they're overcoming this emotional confusion in their life and finding out who they are and expressing themselves. I feel like it's a big aha type of time in their life where, if they've had something that is taking them to the edge of life, it really has been a big slap, right? A big slap awake in their life, a big wake up call that's happening here with all of this. And they're looking at what's important, they're looking at what's not important. And it's this big relief that's happening through all of this. So I do feel like they're alive, and I feel like they're um stopping this energy of existing, and they want to truly live. And I feel like whatever has happened has really been this, what am I waiting for to live my life? To die. I want to live. I don't want to just exist. So I feel like that's the energy that's coming in. Yeah, I love that. All right. So thank you again, Lynette, for your dual donations there. And oh, and let me give you your second one a little love and a like there, since we answered those. So thank you again so much for all the love and support. All right. And then we've got Jeep coming up next. So, Jeep, thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And you want to know about your investments in stock market and crypto this month. And as I mentioned earlier, disclaimer, I'm not a financial licensed consultant. And ultimately, everybody makes their own decisions. It's designed for entertainment purposes. All right. So let's take a look here, Jeep, and see what they want you to know about the stock market. Okay, and then your crypto. And then overall. All right, let's take a look here. So first of all right, so we've got the stock market and then your crypto. All right, and then overall. All right, overall, I like it. I'm going to give you that card first. You got the Empress, which is harvest, abundance, new birth. We like that card coming out when we're talking about abundance and finances. It's funny, for each one you got a water card and a fire card. So for your stock market, you've got the Two of Cups and the Ace of Fire. And the Two of Cups is about your emotional choice, and the Ace of Fire is about, birthing and passion and activity. So I feel like with the stock market, they're saying here that you'll do fine with it, but I feel like if you do want to do really well, trust your instinct, trust your gut with this Two of Cups. For some reason, it's just coming through as emotional choice and trusting your emotions and going, you know what? I want to try this. I want to move the stock to this, or I want to do this, or I want to leave it where it's at. Follow your heart when it comes to your stocks, because there is this, fire, this birthing, that's what this trigger is there. So I like that for you. Now, your crypto, you also got cups and fire. So you got fire and water for both. But this crypto, the Three of Fire is about switching directions, and the Six of Cups is about past, something from the past. And so I feel like for your crypto, they're saying trust the history of things. you know, how did you feel about different things in the past and what decisions did you make? And I do feel like you do switch directions and go a different direction with your crypto. So if you feel like, well, I'm looking at the history of stuff and I want to alter some stuff, follow that as well, because I feel like what's coming in here for you, Jeep, is on your stocks, trust your emotions, trust your gut with that. But with the crypto, trust the history and the things that you did in the past. Um, based on your emotions and the things that you did, trust that. So I like that. It's like one is trust your current gut, the other one is trust your past historical gut feelings and choices that you made, but I do feel like you make an alternate change on the crypto, um, for sure. And the other is trust your heart. So I like it. Empress energy is good. Of course, it's all about the birthing and creativity and trusting your emotions too. The Empress rules over all the queens. So there's like five parts emotions. So I feel like it's an important, piece that's coming in there for you. So that is what they have for you. Absolutely. And thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And you're welcome, Madam Bird. You're talking about the one last night or yesterday? Absolutely. All right. And then Nelia, we are around back to you here. Oh, and you're from South Africa. Ah, how beautiful. All right. And let me take a look here. So thank you for your hot dog sticker there. All right. So make sure I was answering the right one here. So you want to know, what do we see happening with your MPI insurance claim regarding the work van? Will it go well for you in general reading? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Of course, disclaimer on all of this kind of insurance things. Ultimately, you have to make your own decisions around different things in life, right? Um, so let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want you to know here about this MPI insurance claim, and will it go well for you? And then just overall what they want you to know here. All right. Those there too. All right. All right. So, you got on the bottom of the deck, you do have the balance card, which is the temperance card. It's eventually things go back and forth and things, do work out here. You have, the star card, which is like a dreams come true kind of energy on the bottom, the bottom of the deck there. Um, so and you're from Canada. Very cool. Oh, who did I see is from South Africa? Oh, someone else said South Africa. Sorry. I just saw South Africa. Okay, I get you. So you're from Canada. Beautiful. But I do feel like it takes time to work things out. And I do feel like there's a lot of going back and forth between the two, because you also have, you know, you've got the King of Earth, King of Pentacles, which is about abundance. And the Five of Air is about, you can see here, little yanking back and forth between the dogs, right? So there is this um, communication going back and forth kind of energy, but ultimately with that Ace of Air, the Ace of Swords, that helps, with communication. It helps see things and have things unfold. I feel like if you focus on clear communication and um, compassion, and if we are like rah, it we get more, what is it, we get more bees with honey. But if we act, shitty, you get a lot of flies. That's funny. But it's like, okay, so if I approach it, you know um in a friendly way, not, being a doormat, but being cordial, being, professional, and those things. The going back and forth is like, okay, instead of going, you guys are crazy for offering me that, it's like, well, I see what you guys are offering. I just don't feel that's, enough compensation for what, da 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 da. So, can we look at this, and I feel like that going back and forth, happens. And we have the Seven of Cups, even though there's a lot of different emotions that come up with it all. The Strength card comes in here. This is about standing your ground and being strong. But I do feel in the end, it feels with that, the star card, the King of Earth, which is King of Pentacles, is one of the most beneficial that I do feel like it does turn out in your favor. Just takes a little bit of time. It's worth the wait, going back and forth, not jumping to settle. I feel like if you jump to settle too early, that you don't get the payout that you deserve, and that can come. But ultimately, of course, we make our own decisions. But that's why you're just asking, hey, so what advice do you have? And that's what they have for you. So that's what's coming in for you, Nelia. Again, thank you for your additional donation. I really appreciate that. Right. And then we'll continue going down the list here. So, Patty, you are up next. Thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. All right. And you want to know, what animal totem does your late mom use to symbolize her presence around you, if any? And what's coming up in the next week? Well, it's funny that we have the Animal Guides Tarot. So I'm sure she'll make herself known here. Had a feeling there was a reason why I was using this deck today. So let's take a look here. So what animal totem or totems? Okay. Any others? That's funny. It's funny that she would do both of these. All right, I'll show you those in a sec. And then what's coming up for you next week? All right, let me give you those. All right. So you got a fire in the water. That's what's like, it's interesting that she comes to you as a lizard here, which this is the gecko. See if I can get it to focus here. Well, I'll just show you both of them. And the other is a penguin. So something from the heat or warm weather, and then something from the cold weather. So penguins and geckos and lizards. So it's interesting. So of course, I don't know if you live somewhere where there's penguins, but this of course would show up in social posts, social media, those types of things. And because the energy of the penguin is warm-hearted, devoted, loving, faithful, and it's because of course penguins mate for life, and so I love that type of energy, especially when it shows the little babies and the parent there. And then the gecko of course is about assertiveness, and I like this because the energy of don't dim your light for anyone, shine bright. You don't have to ask permission to shine. Be yourself, and shine forward. So I like this, you know, love and support, and I'm with you forever, energy that comes in with those two. So I like that. And then you're for next week. Wow, got two pentacles. You got the Page of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles coming out here. So there's this abundant feeling, this new opportunity opening up that leads you to abundance, more and more abundance here too. So feels very outwardly focused, outwardly fruitful, outwardly, it's like all this stuff happening, opportunities. So I really like this. It's very grounded energy, which makes total sense. We're in Taurus season. We have a new moon in Taurus next week too. So earth energy, new beginnings, new birthing, very important. Be sure to check out the pick a card around the new moon that I put out here on Wednesday, because it talks about how to make the most of this new moon wish energy. And in fact, I'll just pop it out here for everyone. I did it at the beginning, but just for the ease of use for everyone that's here right now. Here is here it is. And it has a pick a card. How can you redefine your worth? And I feel like it's a big outward worth type of week that comes in. So this Taurus earth energy definitely is making itself known in your life. So it's definitely being amplified for you. And on the bottom of the deck, we do have the Pelican, which is the two of wands in the regular tarot. And this is about being aware of where you're investing your energy and how. So part of that, I feel like now I know why they really want you to look at, how to make the most of the wish 10 new moon wishes that are coming in, because whatever you focus on and how you approach it is important. I talk about in the video about, when we're wishing, we have the energy of gratitude around it. Like, thank you for bringing this and doing this. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. Instead of, I want this, I want that, I want that. Because when we have wanting energy, that tells the universe I enjoy wanting, not receiving. I enjoy wanting. But when we are, thank you for, removing the blocks that stand between me and blah, 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 or whatever it may be, it's transitional and transformational. So I like that. So that's what they have for you, Patty. So thank you so much. And I love your mom coming through as a penguin and a gecko. uh, you know, it's funny. She's like, extremes. I'm going to come through the two extremes. So that's what they have. All right. So thank you again for your donation, Patty. Much appreciated. And then Nova, we are back to yours for another thinking question here. And I believe that was number, is that number 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, it's number 5. So let's find number 5 here for you. Yeah, that was Kurt. So, all right. How does the moon affect you and what makes you sensitive to it? All right. Let's take a look here. Of course, the moon affects everyone because we have so much water in us. So everyone tracking the moon cycles is helpful. It's like looking at the moon, like the weather forecast. You're not caught out without, an umbrella or a jacket, or, uh, not going out in leather pants and 100-degree Fahrenheit weather. It's like, all right. But definitely the moon impacts everybody differently depending on your birth chart. And it's like I think we're moving into sometime this afternoon. I know we were in Pisces moon last couple of days, and so we're moving into Aries. So there's this fieriness that's coming in. And it definitely depends here on what moon sign there is happening too. So I like that. So let's take a look here and see how the moon impacts you here. All right. So we do have, first of all, you've got the sun card here, which is your Leo energy and the 8 of fire. So when the moon is in a fire sign, which we're going in today with Aries, so Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, huge floods of extreme energy. So you'll have a lot of fire, a lot of energy, may even be a bit you know inflammatory, where things can make you it's easier for you to fly off the handle. So being aware, with your fire energy is important part of this, and paying attention to the moon, right? Yeah, right. Oh, and especially, Pisces moon, which is what we're in right now, and it's changing. Let me grab it here. So, if you ever, you can find things for free online, but like I have, I track a lot of them, planetary and moon things. Let's see here. Today, the moon enters Aries at 3:41 my time. So in about 3 hours, we move from um, the Pisces into Aries. So, of course, and you have the bottom of the deck here. You definitely have the King of Cups. Here's the Pisces energy of, so Pisces is all about deep emotions and, the moon energy, because the moon is Cancer, it's ruled by Cancer, which is a water sign. So she's a very emotional being anyway. So when the moon is in a water, we're going to feel emotions. Oh my gosh, huge, huge, huge. When the moon is in fire, we're going to feel aggression. We're going to feel a spark under our butt to start things and do things. When it's in the earth sign, then we feel more grounded. We feel, more solid. And then when we go into air, we're in our heads, we're in our minds, which, you have here too. So, the king of air we would go into the mind, and you've got the six of air and the ace of water. They're just showing it all these combinations of different energies and how they'll impact you depending on, your birth chart. But really tracking them can help. And if you I definitely can understand. You said you're 75% water, so you have a lot of, connection. Oh, you mean, humans? It depends. I think when we're young and babies, we are. As we get older, we become less. We lose some of our water, so we get wrinkly maybe. But, you definitely, you know, being aware of it is huge. In fact, I know you journal a lot, and, what's important is understanding how it impacts you. And, if the moon changes every 2 to 3 days, and it moves from fire, because it starts off Aries, and then it goes through the entire zodiac every 28, 29 days, right? So we go through the entire roller coaster of, you know, let's see, we go fire, earth, air, water, fire, earth, air, water, fire, earth, air, water. That's the whole, 4 week period that we go through. It's a roller coaster of emotion, right? And each of the, signs brings different things. That's what I love about this, type of book, is that they actually have something in the beginning that, talks about the moon through the signs, and it talks about how each of the different moons impacts us differently. Like, we're about to move into Aries, so the moon in Aries is bold, impulsive, and energetic. It's a period when we feel feisty and maybe a little argumentative, like we were talking about. And this is when even the meekest aren't afraid to take a stand to protect personal feelings. And since Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, it's a natural starting point for all kinds of projects and a wonderful time to channel all that me first energy to initiate change and new beginnings. Just watch out for a tendency to be too impulsive and stress oriented. And so when we, understand, okay, the moon is in Aries, and what does that moon in Aries energy bring? Then I can understand how I can use the most of that energy. And then, like when it's in Pisces, that of course is connecting to the spirit world. And so that's a great time to do spirit work or emotional work. And, so when you just Google, what's the moon in today? And then what does a moon in Pisces mean? What does the moon in Taurus? What is the moon in? And then it's like, okay, we can use the most of that energy. And we can understand our feelings too. That's why doing, like, making part of your journaling like a moon journal. How is this moon? How am I feeling today? And how is this moon impacting me? I feel like it's an important thing that we all can do. We understand, okay, this is how this moon impacts me. May not be the same for everyone, but you are recognizing, especially when you look at trends, because every month you're going to experience that moon for 2 or 3 days. And you're like, oh, I see a pattern. I'm always feeling agitated when the moon is in that. Then I can prepare for that and either hide away, chain myself up like a werewolf, so I don't attack anyone. I'm going to stay to myself during those days, or get to the root of what's triggering me. But I like it. So great question, and I love that. I feel like that was for more than just you and me. And I do see you have another question, so we'll get down to that here momentarily as well. But thank you for your additional donation. All right. Let's see here. Make sure I didn't bypass anyone here. All right. Yeah, so Mia is up, and then Nova, we're back to you. So Mia, hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. All right, and there you are right here. So I am doing well today. Hope you're doing well as well. And he'd like to ask, does M think about meeting you and take a leap of faith towards you? And will ask, not take, you haven't, let's see, you haven't been talking since days, but he knows you'll move into a city. All right, let's take a look here. Excuse me. Let's take a quick sip here. All right. So does he think about meeting you and about taking a leap of faith? And will he ask? All right. And what else they want you to know here? All right. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Page of Water, which is all about open-heartedness and new love and heightened love. And underneath that, we have the King of Water, which, of course, is the King of Cups, which is a great, warm-hearted, devoted, loving, faithful individual, which this is one of those cards that talks about it. What a great, like you have a lot in common. It's, I'm trying to think of the word again, but, just very cohesive, very relatable to one another. And let's take a look here. Have they been thinking about that here? So, cuckoo. We've got the life experience, which is the Tower card, and the Unity card. So both of these cards, two major arcana, really trying to figure out what they're wanting, trying to look from a higher point of view that's coming in here, which, with the Unity, the Hierophant is, who do I truly want to be? What do I truly want in my life? And this, the Tower card is whatever unfolds is for us, and what is brought into our life is brought into our life on purpose too. So I feel like there definitely is this big picture thinking that's going on here. Let me see what these other cards are here. Will they do it? Yeah. Yeah, we've got the Magician, which is this energy here. Let's see if we can get it to focus of action and movement. And the Nine of Pentacles, too, which is about being a hermit and being to themselves. So I do feel like they're kind of going back and forth because they're like, you're close. Um, you're coming close to them, and they're like, I feel like they really enjoy their alone time. I feel like they're kind of hermity in a way. And so they're going, how can I balance this, right? How can I have this unfold this way, right? Let's see what these other two cards are. Yeah, it looks good here. I mean, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, which again is like the uh, Tower card with a message of everything does unfold always for us, not to us. And it is a victory card, though, because it tells you that even your human is on board with that. Sometimes we go, how is that for me? Our human side. But when the Wheel of Fortune comes out, it's that our human is on board with it. And you have the Six of Fire, the Six of Wands, which is one of the celebration and victory cards, and the Ace of Air, which is, clarity. It is new communication coming in. So all these cards, there's nothing that concerns me here. Just being aware that, just know that they do enjoy their alone time, and that they'll want to slowly move into things, not like whoosh, every day together kind of thing. That it's important for them to have their recharging period with time to themselves too. So I feel like they will initiate getting together with that magician card and with the Ace of Swords because that's new communication. Um, but, you know, just ease into it. Okay. That's what I feel. Right. So that's what's coming in there for you. So many blessings, Mia Mia. And thank you again for your donation. And then Supernova, we've got your poop icon, emoticon. I keep on calling it an icon. And then additional. So we'll get down to both of these. So first here, so number 6 is what message do your spirit guides have for you? What do they currently want you to hear? All right, let's take a look here. And so before I do those, they do want to give you an animal apothecary card. So let's take a look here. That was loud, sorry. So I love these cards. Let's take a look here and see. What do they want you to know? What message do you have? Not those. Not those. Patience, patience. All right. There it is, right there. Yep. No expectations. Card number 22. The key to the door. Let me see if I can see the. Love these cards. So, master number 22. And it's the Black Panther. So the Black Panther represents walking into the dark and exploring the feminine power of allowing development to come from the unknown. Walking into the unknown with no expectations is the key that will open the door to your success. So the no expectations medicine of this card strongly advises you not to limit yourself with ideas about how anything will unfold. Life is planning something more delicious than you can currently understand. Something profound is on the horizon for you. Trust life without needing to be the dictator of how and when your manifestation will blossom into fruition. Intense expectations will only inhibit the ability of what is more extraordinary to develop. Take the risk for what you desire without the desperate need to control how it will unfold. It's so perfect. A situation you perceive as a failure today may be what leads you to unfathomable success in 3 years. This is why an expectation of how you think things should work is futile. Understand that whatever occurs in your life is meant for your growth. Our misguided steps and our mistakes are our greatest teachers. Taking risks allows divine opportunities to present themselves. Take note if you're met with continuous resistance and rigid expectation. This is a universal sign that another direction is more beneficial. So take a step back and allow the path of least resistance to be revealed. This is not to say you should give up immediately, but it does warn that you may be unaligned with the flow. May also be a signal that you just need to wait a bit longer. Black Panther is the queen of facing fears and taking risks to achieve her heart's desires. If you are questioning whether to go forward with an idea that feels totally uncertain, Black Panther's medicine asks you to go for it. Do not seek immediate gratification. Remember, the result may take time to unravel, but taking the risk to do what is best for you will always yield positive results. I love it. So that is their message for you, Nova. I know, right? That's so creepy. I love it. So that's what they have for that one for you. And then for your additional question here, your thinking emoticon, thank you for your multiple donations, Nova. I so appreciate it. All right. And so you say you always have insights pop in your head about a specific thing or situation that you're dwelling and thinking about. Is that insight from spirit guides or maybe even your higher self? Uh, it sure feels like it. All right. Oh, you'll be 22 in 3 years, right? And the card number 22. Look at that. Boom. Wow. So perfect. I love it. All right. Let's see what this is about. Things just popping into your head. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely have the Queen of Water, Queen of Cups. Of course, the Queen of Cups is all about intuition. She's a lot like the High Priestess that, um, connects deep into the, spirit world, trust in your gut, trust in your intuition. So I definitely feel like when you have these insights pop in, it is coming from the spirit world. You have the psychic, even says psychic in the card there. And I like that. You've got the 10 of fire and the ace of fire as well, which is all about the spiritual energy. And it is about endings and beginnings and knowing, you know, you even have the page of fire on the bottom that's down here. Um, and so, there is this connection that you have through this and all that fire energy. It makes sense. You even got Leo on the bottom of the deck with the strength card coming in too. So you definitely have, and this is communicating with your higher self. That's what the infinity symbol is here. So there definitely is this connection with your higher self. And I do feel here, I mean, someday we'll look at your birth chart because there is all this energy of this connection that you have with the spirit world, with the purpose why you came here, a big point of how you want to share this emotion with the world. So you've got to have um, some significant water or your Pisces alignment. There's got to be something in here. That's connecting you in a deep way because you do have this awareness of when the energy is ready to change. And I just really feel like this a Neptune conjunction with the moon. Yeah. Because Neptune rules over Pisces. So you do have this, you know, um, dance that's happening, with the energy here. But you definitely it's the openness too, and part of what we've been talking about is as you lower the fear energy, this is the movement energy, all three of these, well, actually, even your Leo energy, it's all about this movement um, from a burdensome energy and transforming it into something, more beautiful, like with the butterfly here. And so you definitely have learned to ride the wave, you know. I mean, because you got strength number in this deck, they have normally strength is number 8, but they have strength number 11, and you have 10 and 1 is 11. So there's this 11-11 energy that's coming in because the page of fire is also this is what comes after the 10 of fire, which would be number 11. So you got all these 11s making themselves known here. And, which is the rebirth kind of energy too. It's what 10 is endings and beginnings, and 11 is the rebirth that happens afterwards. So it's like you have this, I don't know, just this strong Pluto Scorpio energy that's ruling over a lot of your life here too about rebirth, 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 rebirth. It's like you're constantly evolving and changing and it's like a Madonna, how Madonna reinvented herself, every decade, to be and I just feel like it's that kind of energy that you have here, and you're trusting that and listening to that. So this strong, energy that you've had in your life, I feel like a lot of it has to do with because of the aloneness you felt, that you just have become comfortable with listening to your higher self. You have this relationship with your higher self that you just think is normal, and it's not for the humans, but because uh, master number 22 has to do with master number 11 is which well this 11, so all these 11s too out of these master numbers, 11 is about mastering your life as a human. And master number 22 for me is like you realizing you're so much more than the human and you connect to your higher self. And then master number 33 is when you add 11 and 22 together and you walk hand in hand, which is what the Leo strength card is for me. It's the joining together of our human and our higher self, where we walk hand in paw together through life in a completely different way. And this is like that progression that you have, right? Yeah, destiny number 22. So so I do feel like when you're talking about these insights, yeah, it's like you have this, um, connection with your higher self, and they bring you your answers like a boom, right? All right. So that's what they have for you. I love all that synchronicity coming in for you there too. So definitely, definitely. Perfect. I'm glad that they picked that card for you. All right. So thank you again for all those donations, Supernova. I appreciate it. And I'm so glad to be part of your adventure here. Right. And then we have Courtney. Thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. And you would like a love reading for the month of May. Absolutely. And I'm going to be on for about 13 more minutes or so. So if there's any other donations, I might be able to get maybe one or two more in. Otherwise, I will be returning to complete all the free readings this afternoon after I spend some time with my praying Mantis members. So let's take a look here. Love, love, love for May for Courtney. Let's see here. I wanted that one. I felt like there was another one. Yeah, it's this one right here. All right. So you do have the moon on the bottom of the deck here. So I feel like this full moon in Sagittarius that's coming up later this month is an important one for you here. If I can get it to focus any better here. Yeah, the links. Very transformational energy. And I just feel like there's going to be some major fruition that comes around emotionally for you with this full moon. I think it's like the 22nd, 23rd. Sagittarius energy, so fire, passionate energy that does make itself known. That's on the bottom of the deck, so I like that. I feel like there's going to be some great significance to that. And you got the 10 of air, the husky. And I like this. The 10 of air is a great card because, normally it's someone laying down with all these swords stuck in their back. And it is. I feel like you just reach this point that you're just sick and tired of trying to live up to all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that have to do with a relationship and love. You're just like, I just want to be me, and I just want to allow myself to feel the love and without restriction and all this rules that just suck the life out of a relationship. And I just feel like you're at this point where you're ready to let go of this long list of things that are rooted in fear, all these fears around relationship and love, and you're just ready to be done with them here. Yeah. Yeah, you have the Knight of Water. So there is this movement of emotion, kissing the frog and getting the prince, right? And the Queen of Earth, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. You've been nurturing yourself. But yeah, her energy, the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles are such similar energies in that, the Empress number 3, she comes right before the Emperor, number 4, and the Hierophant, number 5. Emperor is all about the rules of society. If we're going to live close together, we need to have rules, rules, rules. And the Hierophant is if we're going to have a large group of people believe something, we need to have our religious or spiritual rules, rules, rules. The Empress comes before all that, and she's like, screw that. I'm going to run through the forest naked. I don't need your rules. And this is what this release of that 10 of Swords is about is, you know what? I'm going to follow my heart. I'm going to follow my passion. I'm going to follow, my heart. And that Knight of Water, it's the romantic, the flirtations, you know, um, the enchantment. Yeah, a deeply emotional and probably romantic experience will sweep you off your feet. Things can move very quickly during such whirlwind encounters, so stay balanced and make decisions with both your heart and your intellect. So I like that. And the Queen of Earth stays grounded. The Queen of Earth, she is earth energy, which is grounding, but she's also water, which is the emotion. So I like all this groundiness and this balance, but definitely this moon energy does feel like, definitely this full moon is going to bring some movement in love for you. Yeah, and the Seven of Fire, not shrinking, not asking permission from anyone to shine and not dimming your light, but really standing out and being yourself. The Seven of Fire can also represent you being set apart and standing out during this, and this is how you meet this individual, whether you're standing up in a wedding or singing karaoke, teaching something. It's where you're set apart or they're set apart, but I feel like it's more you, that you're standing and you're set apart from wherever you're at when you guys meet. So whatever's going on around this Sagittarius full moon, let me just grab it from here for you. I think it's the 23rd. Sorry for my creak, creak, creak. Sounds like we're on a ship. Yeah, the 23rd full moon in Sagittarius. Yeah, so it could be anywhere, the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, that energy. It can be that weekend of the 24th, 25th, 26th. If you have anything around those times that you're invited to, especially if you're standing out, do that. I like it. Yeah. So, you've got the 9 of air and the 10 of air. This is the endings of these fears around love, these fears. I just feel like it's time to go, throw all of these rules about supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and musts of life and relationship, and you're like, throw them to the wind, right? And allow yourself to do things that you would have been afraid of to do before, and take chances. And because I feel like this person's going to be someone who is not the norm of your list that you've had before. And with all of these supposed to's and shoulds and needs to's and have to's and musts that have been like this, they're like blinders on a horse. We don't see them. They're right here. And when we drop that, we're like, oh my God, who are you? And that's how you guys connect with that. So I like it. And that's what they have for you, Courtney, for May. So I'm excited. So May 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, that weekend, I feel is an important one for you. So that is what they have. So many blessings to you. All right. So I am here. Let me just get rid of some of these things here. I'll be taking screenshots in just a moment. I can probably do a couple of the free readings here, and then I will take screenshots. And like I said, oh, hey, Jeep, reverse that. We'll take care of Jeep's question here. So I'll be taking screenshots here momentarily. I'm going to spend about an hour with my praying mantis members, and then I'm going to eat since I haven't eaten today. Then I'll be back on in about 2.5 hours, and I'll complete all of the free readings. And then I'll be back this evening at 6 p.m. Mountain Time and tomorrow morning as well for additional sessions as well. You're welcome, Courtney. All right, and Jeep, thank you so much for your additional donation. Let's give that some love and a like there. and you want to know your overall financial situation in May. I like that Empress energy for you. I feel like your financial situation is going to be significantly growing, and I like that here for you. Let's take a look here. So overall financial, not just with the stocks and crypto. All right, so I do want all those for you here. Wow, look how this energy on the bottom of the deck. Holy cow. Got all these major arcana. I feel like something significant is happening for you in this May here, Jeep, because you got the High Priestess, you got the Lovers card, you got the Magician card, you got the Hermit card. The High Priestess and the Hermit card, that energy is about making sure you're taking time away to connect higher, to really see things. The Magician is you stepping forward, you taking action. The Lovers card is you really getting a hold of your power of emotional choice during this month too. I feel like it's such an important thing. Yeah, you even got 3 cards, 2 cards, 1 card. So I feel like there's a countdown to something happening here this month. All right. Okay. Yes. So your first 3 cards here, you got the World card, which is it's the last card in the major arcana, right? It's the end of major cycles, beginning of new adventures. And you got 2 tens along with it. 10 of cups, 10 of air. Endings and beginnings, endings and beginnings, endings and beginnings. So I feel like there's this significant change that happens here in your life here in the month of May. Let's see what else we come in here. Yeah. Because the 2 cards that came out, you've got the 2 of fire and the 3 of fire. 3 of fire is a change of direction that you make in your life financially. Um, and the 2 of fire, the 2 of wands, is about what you focus your energy on. So I feel like you're initiating some things that I just feel like, especially with getting the lovers card, which is the power of emotional choice. The 2 of fire is what you focusing on. I just feel like you really step into your power, that you step back and you go, what am I focusing my energy on? Am I focusing on lack? Am I focusing on missing, on wanting, on fearing, on hating? Or am I focusing on gratitude, 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 and more gratitude, and even more gratitude? And also, on joy and laughter and unconditional love and peace, because this is a huge month for you. Whatever you focus your energy, I mean, 4 major arcana on the bottom, and then you get the world card starting right off, another major arcana. It just feels very significant here for you. And I feel like your finances are a result of all these changes, this focus that you're making here. But it's like, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. That magician card, I'm ready to put an end to, you know, focusing my energy on all this lower vibrational things. I'm choosing. I am purposely choosing. And I feel like, a lot of this up here, but I feel like this drops into your heart because this power of emotional choice card, this major arcana, I feel like it's like, wow, I feel it in my life. Instead of thinking it in my life, I feel it in my life with this energy. So, wow, I love this for you. And the 9 of fire. Yeah, some more. This, whatever was this block that was keeping you before, here's this fast, fast movement. The gazelle is taking off here. What does it say on the bottom? You've worked hard, and what you've created is impressive and worthy of protecting. Annoying challenges may pop up, but don't worry, you'll get through them just as you have in the past. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like this is, you've been doing some things with your mind, but this is your energy and your emotion. I feel like it's just really clicking that you're like, what my energy and what my true feeling and focus is what I grow. And I feel like you're really realizing when you focus on wanting, this feeling of wanting and missing and emptiness and hatred, like conflict that you've had, fears that you've had, you're really realizing, gosh, I focus so much of my energy on that emotionally and energetically. Mentally, I feel like you get things in your mind, but I feel like it's dropping into your energy level that just makes like, whoa, you're just really realizing I am growing. I'm in charge of my life. I'm the one that gets to decide all this. And I'm tired of it. I just feel like you're ready to go. I'm going to choose. I'm taking control of my life. I'm stepping into my power. And I feel like it's such a huge opportunity for you this month. It's like everything is in alignment. You're ready for this. Definitely check out the Taurus pick a card. And I'll just throw it out here again real quick since I'm going to be headed out here in a second anyway. And for everyone, I mean, we've got a powerful, powerful Taurus new moon coming up here next week. Oops, let me undo that. I just erased it. Hit the wrong button. All right, here we go. Try this instead. And this is for everyone because this is where can you redefine your worth? But this Taurus new moon wish energy, I feel like, is very important. But I feel like this is a transformational month for you. You have such an opportunity to change your entire energy that just rolls out into your life. And I feel like you make some strong decisions this month about moving, about where you want to go, where you want to do, what you're leaving behind, where you're headed toward. I feel like this is a huge, all right, I'm ready. I'm going to do it. So I like it. How exciting, Jeep. So a lot of energy available for you to be on your side. So I like that. All right, and let me take some screenshots here. And like I said, I will return and complete all free readings. I didn't get to any of the free readings on this session, so we shall return. Let me see where I left off here. Okay, that's where I left off. I scrolled too fast, too far, and I lost my place. All right. And so when I return, then I will put a comment in the bottom of this video and the video that I come back the stream when I come back to complete the free readings, mentioning the order in which I completed those readings so you can find your reading much more easily. Just being very careful so I don't lose my place again here. All right. And thank you guys again so much for all of your love and support and all the thumbs up. It definitely helps spread the Zen love, and it's something everyone can do for free. But I do appreciate your patience in getting to the free readings. The donations are what allows me to continue to do and offer everything that I am able to do here. So I'm so appreciative to everyone. All right. So I think I got them all. All right. So, just remember as you're going through the rest of today that every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. Of course, I love you guys too. I have a bunch of free content in addition to that Taurus new moon alert on my main page. So if you want to go check those out, I got May monthlies, I've got Taurus season, I've got even 2024 energy. So a bunch of free content if you want to listen to something before I come back. There's a lot of free content available. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you may be in the world. Until I see you again, much love to you. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.